Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Third down, here's Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Darquez Denard there to make the tackle. Time to roll through the starters defensively for Cincinnati. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they can just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants him to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins will get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. 2nd down, Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and will leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
This is a young man who has a lot of quiet confidence in his abilities. He won't shout it from the rooftops, but if you ever talk to him, you sense it, and you start to get it. In fact, I asked him about his mobility, and he said, well, I did run for over 1,500 yards in college. That was an easy answer from him.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 27. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Dalton here from the gun. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for the Bengals. 43 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Trent Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And we are tied at 7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
These two teams all tied after 1. They run on 2nd down with Adams. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. He'll return it from the 6. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Here's Dalton. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mixon will try the right side. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Over the middle, complete. That's Stokes. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Dalton on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Trent Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now it's Haskins. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Haskins. It's caught here by Adams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Haskins now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. The throw taken in by Cole. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
56, right there, 56. Yo. Check 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed. His first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This this one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. 10. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Finding Green complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Dalton, 1st and 10. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Steelers who are out in front. A touchdown pass there for Ben Roethlisberger. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Nick Foles has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. In the game you're watching has been the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who's led the way. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 yards there and a Bengal first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back to Mixon on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Joe Mixon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. And now to the air, Dalton. He finds Taylor, complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now Haskins, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down now, it's Adams, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. on the toss. This is Adams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jordan Reed has it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Let's go!
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Into the Redskins. Have it they do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we could make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And this one complete to Reed. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And finding Keelan Cole. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Haskins now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins, and that is incomplete here.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mixon with a first down carry. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Dalton gives to Bernard. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that will be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's a give to Adams out of the shotgun. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a carry for the fullback. This is Vitale. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now a quick pass to Richardson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, it's Adams, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Once more, Adams on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. On second down now, it's Adams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And they'll be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as the Redskins have won it. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance.